Debate has blown up on TikTok when a plane passenger posted a video saying she did not want to give up her seat to a family that asked her, bringing up burning questions of travel etiquette, compassion, and perhaps the very nature of humanity itself. Take a look.
I am not a villain for not moving from the seat in first class one paid full fare for. I'm also a mom, so it's called planning ahead.
Yep, there's more. She got off the plane. The video had gone viral. How could it not? Receiving 1.4 million views, and so she decided to speak with her own voice and elaborate on this issue of plane seat etiquette. It was initially met with a pretty positive response, then people started to disagree, and she explained why she did not let a family of 4 swap seats with her in first class, no less. Let's go to the video of the woman speaking with her own voice.
To be clear, no hate to anybody. But if you didn't plan ahead, and yeah, the airline bumps you or moves you or whatever, totally fair. So the suggestion I gave was actually based on another creator's video that I saw, which was basically like, oh, if all of you want to sit together, like in a row, because the first class is 2 seats and 2 seats, I am sure that you could actually ask the people in the bulkhead behind you. I think they would be super pumped to sit up here so that the 3 of you can be together.
Firstly, I had to pause the video there because she so annoyingly, in my opinion, says, oh, if you want to be with your family, don't be in first class, just go back there. Just seemed so snooty and snobby the way she said it. But I especially love in that little snippet there that she says, I actually took this suggestion from another creator. The fact that she's calling herself a creator for being someone who complains about airplane situations on TikTok. And she's stealing from another creator who apparently does the same thing. You're not creators. You are people with too much time on your hands. You're not Da Vinci, okay? This is insanity. But she goes on.
But it didn't stop this mom from just being like, I was getting side-eyed, I was getting looked at, she was talking about me. Why is it on everybody else to accommodate everybody? Like, if this was like something different, like, oh, we're on the bus and we have to give up a seat for a couple stops. Yeah, sure. Like, obviously, elderly, pregnant women, like people that look like they need help. Yeah, absolutely. But like, no. And before you come for me, I have 2 kids. So I have been there. So I'm not a villain and neither is anybody else. And by the way, the few times that I did switch seats, like in my lifetime, it was horrific. Never again.
Never again, a slogan usually reserved for Holocausts and to remind us not to repeat the crimes of the past. Never again will I give up a seat for people in need. It's a hard line for her. And I'm so glad she's making a hard stand there on the big issues of our time. But it's interesting because we, in our production meeting, were on different sides of this issue. So I'm curious, Cenk, what do you think about this?
Well, that's because there's 2 different issues here, okay? So one is a seat issue, the other is a first class issue. So let's just be clear about this. So if somebody is in first class and they actually paid the money to be in first class, and I mean, I don't know how much money she has, but I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right if I paid for it. And then you tell me to go back to coach. Oh, hell no. Okay, so everybody agree. I think everybody agrees on that, right? But no, they're asking her to move within first class. When I was at MSNBC, they would pay for first class tickets. Oh, those were the days, okay? And I got news for you. All the seats are awesome. It's totally irrelevant. In fact, I like aisle seats because I like to get up a lot, right? But in first class, the seats are so big, you can easily get up and walk around. You don't even need to wake the other person up or anything like that, right? So what difference does it make? And for her, this is like, oh my God, they asked me to move from one first class ticket seat to another first class seat? No way, I'm not the villain here. So I was like, this is the definition of first world problems. Okay?
Yes, yeah, but I disagree. I disagree hard because when I was on the Today Show, they would pay for first class. And first class these days, there's a bed, you can be down and you can't climb across easily. And I do not like to get up. I like to stay sleeping. Even when I have to sit up, I have to lean against the window. I have a pillow I bring with me and nobody can possibly interrupt you when you're on the window seat. It's a safe seat. Nobody can cross you, put their crotch in your face, which usually is not something you want, depending on who's sitting next to you. And so I hardline would not get up if it would change the location of my seat. If I'd still keep a window to had a window, absolutely, help out anybody, no problem.
Look, man, I don't know. Maybe it's because was poor for so long. After decades of being poor, when they put me in first class, I was like, oh, window aisle, what difference does it make? The thing that I was most surprised by is that they needlessly warm up the nuts that they give you. I'm like, I've never eaten warm nuts in my life, which is a hilarious line, let's be honest.
My nuts are already plenty warm, thank you.
Yeah, no, they got to give you something, something to make it special, something to make that ticket golden. Yeah. I mean, like, well, Ben, like you pointed out, she's a creator now because that video went to 1.4 million views because she planned that. She knew that was going to happen. But, I think definitely she's a bit of a snob for even making the video because, like, who cares? But, I mean, technically speaking, it's her seat. So, I mean, she can do what she wants with it. But I think that she's kind of she's a little, I don't want to say full of herself because I'm full of myself, so I don't want to say it like that. But she's being a bit snobby, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you even recording this? Like, who cares? And then she had to give the follow-up, so she's famous now, so it was worth it.
No, I'm telling you, man, we got to split this. In fact, we did at tyt.com/polls. We'll get to it in a second. But if I'm sitting in coach, which is what happens 98% of the time, and then somebody asks me to move, well, that brother totally depends. Okay, so if I'm in an aisle seat and you want me to move to a middle seat, I got to be honest, a hard no. Okay, I mean, look at me.
I would throw that person off the plane.
Yeah, no, sorry. I love you, brothers and sisters. If I can, though, if you say, hey, can you move from this aisle seat to that aisle seat? I do that all the time. People these days, they're asking all the time. And I got kids too, and I was in a situation, we're doing an international flight too, and we're coach, and we're in different seats, and the kids are 9 and 11, so it's kind of dicey, and there was other parents and stuff. And you know what happened? We couldn't make it work. In order for everybody to move, they'd have to go to a middle seat. And I wasn't gonna ask anybody to go move in the middle seat. So I told my 11-year-old son, it's called suck it up. Okay, you're gonna sit in the back there, you're gonna sit in the middle. If you need anything, you're gonna come up and tell us. Okay, congratulations, you're grown up a little bit today, okay?
Look, I'm not a father, but the best way to solve that problem, I think, Cenk, is to give both of your kids a middle seat in their bedroom at home and travel without them.
It's choices. People are making choices. So if I can move, God bless. But if you're asking me, making an unreasonable request, and by the way, people make unreasonable requests all the time. Hey, I'm here with my wife, and we'd like to sit together. So could you move from the aisle seat to a middle seat over there next to those two other overweight men just like you? No. First of all, you're with your wife. No, this isn't even a kid situation. Like, brother, take the win.
Y'all together all the time. Y'all about to be together when you get off the plane.
Yeah, you got a whole lifetime together. Let's hope.
Right? I have sometimes offered people an upgrade switch. Like my fiance and I, when we would travel together, be on an airplane, and she'd have an aisle and I'd have a window. We wanted to sit together. I'd say to somebody in the middle, "Do you want to trade your middle for the aisle?" And they were very happy.
Yeah,
so that's nice. Give them an upgrade.
Give them an upgrade. Yeah, you want the aisle and you take the middle to sit with your wife. Have at it, horse. God bless you. And what a wonderful marriage you have. Okay, so
do you call them Haas?
Probably, knowing me. Hey, but guys, back to, so we're gonna get to the poll in 1 second. But back to the first class. Now you're doing a video with literally the world's smallest problem. I mean, this problem is so shao, I can't see it in a microscope. Okay, so it's one thing that you were slightly bothered that they asked you, which you didn't even do, to move from one first class seat to another first class seat. We got tons of problems in this world. I mean, we got wars, we got Republicans, we got, we got every kind of problem you can imagine. This lady's like, I mean, would it have inconvenienced me maybe by 1%? Nah. No, you don't. My point is, don't make a video about it. It's unbearable. It's like somebody saying like, oh my God, I do declare I had to move from a Bentley to a Rolls Royce. What is the world coming to these days? Oh, I'm not the villain. No, you are. Don't make the video. Like, I don't mind you thinking that in your head, but don't make the video rubbing it in our face.
True, it just had very Karen vibes. It had Karen vibes. I think the debate is interesting to have because we all have strong opinions. You don't need to complain about your real world situation, but in the theoretical debate, why don't you all chime in? If you go right now to tyt.com/polls/switching-seats.
Yeah, don't worry about all the slash stuff.
Great.
Just go to tyt.com/polls. You'll see both of them.
Perfect. And was she right to give up her seat or not? And also the poll of how much do we dislike this woman? Only a little.
Okay, so there's, look, and they got the memes and everything. How much do we dislike this woman? Only a little, very much. And then the other one is, was she right to not give up her seat? Yes or no? Okay, but two very different questions, and the American people want to know. They do. Okay, and by the way, guys, it's all in good fun. If you actually know this woman, don't dislike her. It's okay. It's okay. We're all gonna survive. Okay. Her problem was a tiny little problem. Our issue with her video is also a tiny little problem. Okay, it's not that big a deal. You have to give that disclaimer these days because people are like, oh my God, I'm so angry at her. No, you don't need to be that angry at her. Bring it down, bring it down.
Okay, I'm gonna cancel my coach plane ticket to her house, and that's a strong piece of advice.
You never know these days. But don't switch seats.
Fair enough.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.